The Liver King. Someone who in recent times has been coming under a lot of fire due to some interesting discoveries that have been found about him. If you don't know who Liver King is, he is a social media personality who pretty much makes the majority of his money and fame from his body and his lifestyle that he calls the 9 ancestral tenets. Now, normally I wouldn't have a problem with this, and I didn't, because it's just, to me, another fake social media star who's selling their snake oil to try to get an edge on people. And if he was natty, which a majority of us highly doubted, then there wouldn't be no harm in it. He's just selling crappy supplements to make a profit. But if he's not taking steroids, then there's no problem with it. But in the back of my mind, I kind of always knew that this guy was a phony. And it came out recently due to YouTuber More Plates, More Dates, check him out by the way on YouTube, who had a whole hour-long video exposing the Liver King for what he really was, a steroid-using phony. And due to the fallout of this, Liver King has actually made a statement. And today I'm going to watch this video with you and give my thoughts as we go through it.
Primals, I'm making this video to apologize. Because I fucked up. Because I'm embarrassed and ashamed. Because I lied. And I misled a lot of people. I've stated that this is a complicated as fuck topic, at least to me it is.
How complicated can it be, dude? You got caught lying and now you gotta own up to it. Simple as that.
Because before social media, I was rich and anonymous. And after social media, I'm still rich, but no longer anonymous. And I never expected this kind of exposure in the public eye.
You didn't expect this type of exposure, but yet you also had a whole team behind you ready to help you with this persona before you even got started posting. And also your goal was to get 1 million followers before your first year was up on Instagram and social media in general. Yeah, right, dude.
It's been tricky as fuck to navigate. Well, clearly I did it wrong. And I'm here now to set the record straight. Yes, I've done steroids. And yes, I am on steroids, monitored and managed by a trained hormone clinician. Liver King, the public figure, was an experiment to spread the message, to bring awareness to the 4,000 people a day who kill themselves, the 80,000 people a day that try to kill themselves. Our people are hurting at record rates with depression, autoimmune, anxiety, infertility, low ambition in life.
That's funny. So I see it's going to be one of those apology videos. Nice deflection. What are you going to say next? You took steroids because it would solve world hunger? Give me a fucking break.
Our young men are hurting the most, feeling lost, weak, and submissive. So I made it my job to model, teach, and preach a simple, elegant solution called ancestral living, the 9 ancestral tenets, so our people no longer have to suffer, so we can collectively express our highest and most dominant form. This is my fight. This is why I exist.
Yeah, no one should look up to this clown. He's clearly a liar, first of all, and he must be like a comedian in his side time because this shit has me rolling.
While spreading the message, I've been on several podcasts, and when asked if I've ever taken steroids, I've always said no. I don't touch this stuff, not gonna touch this stuff, never touch the stuff. That was a lie.
Yeah, no shit, you're 45 and have enough roids in you to kill an elephant.
I've convinced myself that this had nothing to do with the ancestral message. I convinced myself that I'm not a competitive athlete of any kind, so who the fuck am I cheating?
I'm gonna stop you right there. The reason you lying about being natty is significant. It really is. Because you're literally selling your lifestyle and you're making money off of it. And the fact that teenagers will look up to you and then start working out and then be going, hey, why am I not as big as you? Why am I not getting as jacked as you? To me, that is a big reason on why people are going so hard at you. You're selling this dream that people can get just as jacked as you if they take your 9 tenets of life. And we can't just sit here and pretend like your lifestyle isn't the reason you got famous. It most certainly is. So let's cut the bullshit right here. That's why you lying about being natty is significant.
I convinced myself that this topic was a placeholder for a far more important conversation. I convinced myself that this would overshadow the 36 years of working out, usually twice a day, without PEDs. I've convinced myself that this was the vocal minority, usually in the fitness category, driving to an unproductive conversation. And I had convinced myself that this would be the wrong message to send to the 15-year-old boys.
Yeah, it was the wrong message to you, because those 15-year-olds now, instead of watching you and worshiping you and giving you money from their moms, they will now take their mom's credit cards that they stole and instead buy V-Bucks.
Epic Fortnite gamers, it's time to rise and grind. John Wick is in grave danger.
So I continually dismissed it, and I dug myself into a bigger and deeper hole. I have only myself to blame. I did that, and it was all wrong. I will be better. I will talk about it openly, because I believe that there's a time and a place for pharmacological intervention monitored and managed by a trained hormone physician.
I think the biggest thing here that he's not getting is that the damage you've done to younger boys, and girls possibly, who may have watched you, is now that they may have gotten some kind of body dysmorphia. Because they look at you and see that you're huge because you're natty, supposedly, and now they're thinking to themselves, why don't I look like you? To me, that's what pisses me off. You're a liar, and because of your actions, you could have given multiple kids body dysmorphia because they want to look just like you.
In 2021, when I was 43 years old, I didn't feel 100% physically or cognitively. So I went to get monitored and managed by a trained hormone clinician to see what the fuck was going on with my life. And so yes, it's true. I have tried several peptide combinations in an effort to increase my growth hormone, and it didn't work, meaning that my levels still remained below the normal level. So yes, it's also true that I've tried pharmaceutical grade growth hormone, and I finally found success in managing therapeutic levels in the normal range. Yes, this is true. I've continued on with 0.6 cc's of testosterone per week, roughly 120 milligrams of testosterone a week.
Basically, he's just going over what he's taking, obviously.
And no, I don't take any other steroids like nandrolone or winstrol, but I have tried them in the past without success. Yes, it's also true that my blood chemistry got all fucked up while taking nandrolone and winstrol. My lipids got all deranged, my liver enzymes went sky high, which is why clinical oversight is an absolute must. Nope, the Liver King brand has had nothing, or at least very little, to do with my business success. My companies were already kicking ass, already successful before the Liver King public figure, growing at 50% year over year and still growing at the same pace after the Liver King public figure.
I'm gonna call BS on that. There's no way in hell that his companies didn't skyrocket, or at least profit majorly, with the introduction of Liver King. It just doesn't make any sense. With how much pull he had on social media and everything, I wouldn't be surprised if his companies profited a shit ton off of this. So I'm gonna call BS on that.
Nope, I've never had ab implants, ab etching, or any other plastic surgery, and I sure as fuck never actually had gene editing done in Singapore. I made all of that up. It was all intended to be a joke, and that's an expression of ancestral 10 and 10. Have a little goddamn fun. Ultimately, why did I, or why do I do them? When I talk about the 85% of the population that suffers from self-esteem issues, that's me.
I don't doubt that he has had some of these issues, and I don't have a problem with that. He's human just like everybody else, but when you've gone on record saying that anyone who thinks you're on steroids is subprimal...
There's a lot of subprimals that are convinced that Liver King is taking steroids.
Or just miserable.
So this is what I say to people that make this accusation. If you don't believe this is possible, then I suggest that you take that self-limiting belief, you put that shit in a fucking box, and you bury that next to all your embarrassing shit, and don't open your fucking mouth about it.
That's when I knew you were just some fucking phony. You couldn't take this revelation without some level of seriousness, because it would have wrecked your brand. So that's why you were saying that everybody else who was saying you weren't natty were subprimal. Or now that we know, we're correct.
I'm part of that statistic This is why I fucking work myself to death in the gym. This is why I do 12 to 15 blood-burning workouts a week, just to feel like I'm okay. Still, I have to absolutely crush myself to do so, and I'm wrecked physically and cognitively, and hormone replacement has helped in a profound and significant way. And still, I believe that the path to paradise is paved in fucking hell.
And this is to say, yes, with anabolic steroids being used, you still need to work hard. Just because they could give you an advantage doesn't mean they work just by doing nothing. You still have to grind at the highest level to get some kind of results from roids, and I do believe that he's worked hard to at least achieve his physique in some way. Like I said, what bothers me is that he's lying. If he was upfront and transparent about it from the beginning, I wouldn't have cared, because that's the one false thing that people don't get, is that you still need to work hard even on steroids.
I previously have said in a weird way, I'm grateful for the recent events that have shed light on this complicated as fuck topic. I knew I needed to take this opportunity to openly discuss everything for me to be a better human. If there are any questions that remain unanswered, send them my way. I fully own that I fucked up. I am as sorry as a man can be. And all I can do is take extreme ownership right now, be better, and lead myself to a better life as a better human. Again, thank you to everyone for the support, the criticism, the love, the hate, and above all else, the loyalty.
Now with that over, I just want to say, this apology is ass. He's not really taking responsibility at all, and he couldn't even do us the favor of talking to us as himself, but as this hack character Liver King. So to me personally, he's just taking this as a, I'm gonna take responsibility kind of, and hope that people forget about this in due time, and that anyone seeing this will say, oh, Liver King apologized, he doesn't mean it. You know, we definitely are gonna believe him now, type deal. But unfortunately, sir, for you, I see right through your persona, and I see you as the fake king that you are.
There's a lot of subprimals that are convinced that Liver King is taking steroids. Look at this. Do you think if I was on steroids, I would have these fucking appendages down here? Touch the stuff. That was a lie.
And anyone watching this video also knows now that you are not who you say you are. I want to know your thoughts about this whole thing. Let me know. Are you buying his apology, or do you think he's just some subprimal? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do all the things that the algorithm likes, and sub to my channel if you like what you see. I'll see you all in the next one. I hope you have an incredible day. Peace out.